Hi guys, and welcome back to Mark's Sausage Allotment. I really don't know what's going on with the potatoes this year, but everything seems to be dying, and as Dan said on Allotment Diary last night, that everything seems to be just sort of 3 or 4 weeks behind, and nothing seems to be getting going outside. But this is just ridiculous. I mean, there's some sort of rot on these potatoes. The leaves are brown and dying black. I mean, there's weird sort of spots, and I don't know. I've absolutely no idea. So I'm going to harvest these just to see if they're still growing inside. This is just so weird this year. It's just I think they were saying on the radio that it's one of the coldest springs in about the last 60 years. The nighttime temperatures haven't been getting much above sort of 8-9 degrees, and I'm in Sussex, so this tends to be a much warmer climate down here compared to the other parts of the country, in sort of St Helens and Yorkshire and stuff, where Dan and Ian Knotts and people like that come from. So let's see what we get out of another bag. I just don't know. They've been well watered, but I just don't know what's going on. So we've got a fair bit of it. Yeah, it's definitely been watered well. There's the seed potato, I think. It still seems to be quite hard and firm, which sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. Well, so this is definitely Charlotte. So that's yeah, they're a good size. Let's have a look. There seems to be a fair few in here. Yeah, again, you know, the damage to the leaves doesn't seem to have affected the yield too much. I don't know if this is because they were being grown inside the polytunnel to start with, and I ran out of space in there because I wanted to start getting the tender things and tomatoes and that in there. So I moved them outside in this sort of sheltered spot just outside the polytunnel. And but ever since doing that, the leaves have all just died, and there hasn't been any frosts. But maybe it just didn't like the conditions change, so just let me know. But it looks like there's a fair crop in here actually. Yeah, that's not bad actually. They're pretty good size for a new potato. There's loads more on. I could potentially try and do what Dan did and pop them back in the ground for a couple of weeks and see if we can get a second harvest. But I'm going to probably use this compost for something else now. No, it's not. I tell you, Charlotte are actually a pretty good cropper compared to some of the others that we've tried to get early crops from. And also, I mean, these are second-early, so they probably would want a little bit longer actually. But I'm just trying to see what I can do next year. I may actually start some off in November, because I've got a polytunnel book that an allotment friend has lent me, and get those out of the way. And it says that you can plant them in November and just put sort of bubble wrap or fleece over the top. If there's going to be a really hard frost, we don't tend to get them down here in Sussex so much. We tend to only get down to about sort of -5, whereas I think other parts of the country can commonly get down to sort of -12, -15. He says if there's threat of a really bad frost, then just double bubble wrap it with a fleece or something, and then just tie an elastic band around the pot so nothing can get in. Now we'll see if we can get some new potatoes in sort of January or February, and I'll do some videos of those. So yeah, that'll be a sort of fun experiment, and if it doesn't work, got nothing to lose. So only a couple of tubers and a bit of compost, but that's not bad. I'm happy with that. That's a pretty good go from Charlotte again. 2 spuds. Been in the polytunnel for about sort of 14 weeks, I think, since about the middle of February. So yeah, they're not too bad actually. There's something wrong with one of them. But, overall, yeah, that's not too bad for 13, 14 weeks of Charlotte. Pretty happy with that. Yeah. There is some sort of discoloration on one of them, and I think that may have been the one that had the black stem. I don't know if that's sort of black leg or something. I'll have to look that up when I get home. If anyone knows, then let me know if it's edible or not. But anyway, cheers guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.